Okay, anyway, I sent an assignment, but maybe I forgot to put a message in the group. By today evening, you have to submit that ellipse first exercise solution. Okay.
IP, sir.
IP first exercise solutions.
Okay.
Okay, these two questions, nobody any doubt. Okay, 43 or 44, anybody any doubt? (45) or 46? I think you can just compare with the standard formula x cos theta by a plus y sin theta by b equal to 1. And normal is ax by cos theta minus dy by sin theta equal to a square minus b square. Okay, 47 or 48, anybody any doubt?
Sir, 47.
Okay, 47, this two simple triangles with the same height and the base is only different. Okay, so we have an ellipse, take any point as P, these are S and S dash and A dash. They want a triangle SP S dash area by triangle AP A dash area. If we take this height as some M, this is off into base is SS dash and height is PM. This is off into base is AA dash from here to here and height is same PM. Okay, so SS dash is 2A and the distance between the two vertices is 2A. Cancel, you will get it. Right? This doesn't have to depend on parametric form. You can just do that. All right, 47.
Yes, sir.
Any doubt about 48? No doubt. Okay. Basically, base is 6. Height will be maximum at the end of minor axis. So off into 2A into B. Okay, 49 or 50?
49.
49.
Okay. In an ellipse whose major axis is x-axis, the ratio of distance of a point and its corresponding point. Oh, what is corresponding point? Ordinate means y coordinate. Okay. That is very simple. When I told about the definition of that is parametric form a cos theta comma b sin theta, what is this theta? We have an ellipse, we have an auxiliary circle, okay, if you take any point on the ellipse as a cos theta comma b sin theta, the corresponding point on the auxiliary circle is a cos theta comma a sin theta. And you know this y coordinate by this y coordinate, this ordinate by this ordinate is b sin theta by a cos theta, which is b by a. That is given to you as 2 root 2 by 3. And the eccentricity is square root of 1 minus b by a whole square. 1 minus 8 by 9 root of 1 by 9, which is 1 by 3. Okay. So just know what is corresponding point means. Okay. And ordinate means y coordinate. That's all. And I even said how ellipse is, you take the auxiliary circle and compress it with the ratio b by a, right? So this 2 root 2 by 3 is that compression ratio.
Sir, that must be a sin theta.
Yeah, down is not a cos theta, a sin theta. B sin theta by a sin. In fact, very first question they asked about that corresponding point in 40, 41. Anyway, this is 49. 50, anybody any doubt? We done this in the class, right? Some component of dividend all we apply. This is a component of dividend without applying only. 51. Anybody any doubt?
Yes, sir. 51.
Quite similar to 50 only. Instead of putting AE comma 0, you have to substitute D comma 0 in the standard card joining alpha and beta. And we may have to apply component of dividend. Okay, we have a card which is passing through D comma 0. This is alpha and this is beta. Okay, the formula for chord joining alpha and beta is x cos alpha plus beta by 2 x by a. Y by b sin alpha plus beta by 2 is equal to cos alpha minus beta by 2. This is a formula for chord joining alpha and beta. This should pass through D comma 0. When I substitute D comma 0, it will become D by a cos alpha plus beta by 2. This is 0 equal to cos alpha minus beta by 2. So you can bring this one here and apply component of dividend. D by a is equal to cos alpha minus beta by 2 by cos alpha plus beta by 2. In fact, anyway, just to extend the previous question, but if you expand this, you will get cos alpha by 2 cos beta by 2 plus sin alpha by 2 sin beta by 2. This is cos alpha by 2 cos beta by 2 minus sin alpha by 2 sin beta. If we divide cos alpha by 2 into cos beta by 2 all over, it will become d by a equal to 1 plus tan alpha by 2 tan beta by 2 by 1 minus tan alpha by 2 tan beta by 2. If you apply component of dividend for this, in fact, this is the previous question where in the place of d you have to put ae comma 0, a will cancel, e equal to this. Now in the present question, apply component of dividend. So we'll get, let's not see there, okay. D plus a by d minus a. This plus this is 2. This minus this is 2 tan alpha by 2 tan beta by 2. Cancel 2, take reciprocal. D minus a by d plus a is tan alpha by 2 into tan beta by 2. Okay. So in that way, the previous question and this question are quite similar. Okay, any doubt about 52? Anybody?
52.
Okay. The chord joining the 2 point theta 1 theta 2 subtend a right angle at what point? Okay. I think directly we can tell it is at origin only. We don't need formula for chord. I can do homogenization, but without homogenization we can do very easily. It is like we had a feeling about the answer and we are trying to prove that. Okay, tan theta 1 into tan theta 2 equal to minus a square by b square. Okay, this I can rearrange it. This I can write sin theta 1 by cos theta 1 into sin theta 2 by cos theta 2. And this I can write a by b into a by b. One a by b, bring it here and you can write b sin theta 1 by a cos theta 1. Similarly, this is b sin theta 2 by a cos theta 2 equal to minus 1. So we have an ellipse and we have 2 points where this angle is 90. Okay, we can easily see that if this is 0 comma 0, this is a cos theta comma b sin theta. What is the slope of this line? B sin theta minus 0 by a cos theta minus 0. That is exactly this
by a
one.
tan theta.
Yeah. So if I can give O here, P here, Q here, slope of OP into slope of OQ is equal to minus 1. So OP is perpendicular to OQ. Angle POQ is 90 degrees. Okay. So when you look at this B sin theta by a cos theta, you should understand it is slope of OP. Otherwise, I have to do reverse. Sorry, to subtend right angle at origin, what is the condition? At focus, what is the condition? Find each one, and whichever condition matches with the question, that one. But I think it's a matter of identifying. Okay, some of you are not know the neglecting homework. Listen, understanding the class, that is very, very elementary. Okay, yeah, it's important that you listen to the class and understand the concepts, but you should also practice. The most important process is practice. Okay, as long as you don't practice, you know, you look like everything understood, but in the exam you'll not be able to do. After some time, you'll not remember even the simple basics. At least now you know a cos theta comma b sin theta. At least that point you'll remember. Some equation of tangent you'll remember. Equation of normal you'll remember when you try questions. Okay, 53. Anybody need doubt?
Yes, sir.
Anyone want to explain 53? How to do?
Sir, may I?
Yes.
Take an ellipse and point on that ellipse P as a cos theta comma b sin theta, sir. Then if we draw the tangent to that, it will meet the major axis at point P, which let us take it as x1 comma 0. Point on the tangent by doing s1 equals to 0, you can find the equation of the tangent. After finding equation of the tangent, substitute y equals to 0 in that.
Okay.
Then we'll get the x1 value as a by cos theta.
Okay.
Then foot of perpendicular, if we'll find the foot of perpendicular to the line y equals to 0, we will get the point n, sir.
Okay.
A cos theta.
Yes.
Then Cn into Nt will get it, sir.
Yeah. Correct. So there is no need of taking T as x1 comma 0, right? You don't take this as x1 comma 0. You take this as x1 y1 sufficient. Yeah. So point C, either you can take x1 y1 or you can take a cos theta comma p sin theta. Either way is okay. Then this point is x1 comma 0 or a cos theta comma 0, and that is Cn length. Okay. This is not C, sorry. This is some C, and C is center. Okay. So Cn length you can say x1 or you can say a cos theta. What about this? Equation of tangent, we have two formulas. X1 by a square plus y1 by b square equal to 1, or x cos theta by a plus y sin theta by b equal to 1. Take this or this. Put y as 0. When you put y as 0, what will happen to point T? You will get a square by x1 comma 0 or a by cos theta comma 0. So that is CT length. You can write a square by x1 or a by cos theta. Multiply these two, x will get cancelled. Or multiply these two, cos theta will cancel. Cn into Ct is a square. So you can do in terms of x1, y1, or you can do in terms of parametric form, doesn't matter. Okay, the question is not at all difficult. Okay, simply take some point, really find point T, point N, find Cn length, find Ct length, and multiply. Usually coordinate geometry, even fastest IIT questions are not too complicated. You have to just know the basic formulas and especially about tangent and normal, and just do some questions. Any doubt about 54?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. What is theta and theta plus pi by 2? You take 2 points on the circle where this angle is 90 on the auxiliary circle. It's not important to explain all these things. You just take this point is a cos theta comma b sin theta. On the auxiliary circle, it is a cos theta comma a sin theta. If I take this point here, that is a cos theta plus pi by 2 comma b sin theta plus pi by 2. And the corresponding point on the auxiliary circle is, you cannot see there, right? Yeah. Correct one on the auxiliary circle is a cos theta plus pi by 2, a sin theta plus pi by 2. So just because parametric angles differ by pi by 2, don't think in the ellipse when you take those 2 points, that angle is 90. No, it may be more than 90, maybe less than, depending on the situation. Okay, so this is C, this is P, this is Q. Don't think angle PCQ is 90 because parametric angles differ by pi by 2, because we already told you it is not that when a cos theta comes b sin theta means slope of CP is theta or this inclination is theta. No. Okay. But we don't need all that. Simply replace theta with theta plus pi by 2. That's all. We'll get the other point. What is CP square? Normal distance formula. You will get a square cos square theta plus b square sin square theta. This one, if I simplify, minus a sin theta, this is Q, plus b cos theta. So CQ square is a square sin square theta plus b square cos square theta. When I add, I'll get CP square plus CQ square. Cos square plus sin square is 1, we'll get a square. Here also sin square plus cos square is 1, we'll get p square. Okay, so apparently theta is getting eliminated, that's all. Otherwise, I don't think from the figure we can do something about it. Okay, so it is not necessary to write auxiliary circle and the corresponding point that I mentioned. Still, I wanted to show where is the angle pi by 2, but it's not angle PCQ. But otherwise, point P is a cos theta comma b sin theta. Simply replace theta with theta plus 90, you get 0.2. Just find CP square, just find CQ square, and add that. Okay, so some of these questions are nothing to think. We take point P and point Q because they already mentioned their parametric angles. And they wanted to find CP square, so CQ square. Find it. If the answer doesn't come, then we have to see. Okay. CP and CD. I think I called Q and they called D. We can even do objective method very easily. When theta is 0, theta plus pi by 2 will be 90. Then P will be end of major axis, D will be end of minor axis, CP will be A, CD will be D. It will be A square plus B square. Anybody done 54 like that? You have done like this only, good. Okay, I'm just telling an objective method. When theta is 0, point P will be end of major axis, point D will be end of minor axis, CP will be semi major axis A square, CD will be semi minor axis B square, you will get A square plus B square. Okay, any doubt about 55?
Sir, 55.
Yesterday we discussed, I'll write on the screen. Yesterday we discussed about this reflection property, that if we take an ellipse, take any point on that, join to the two foci. I said normal will be internal bisector, and when you extend it, tangent will be external bisector. Am I right? Okay. Reflection property is that only or not, Nagavani?
Yes, sir.
So now what is the external bisector of the SP and S dash? Tangent, right?
Yes, sir.
So they are simply asking tangent here. Use x cos theta by A plus y sin theta by B equal to 1, where theta is pi by 2. Okay, maybe when you tried that the question, maybe I did not discuss theory at that time. But yesterday I discussed. Okay?
Yes, sir. Understood.
Any doubt about 56? Anybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, here I think they should have told sides of the rectangle should be parallel to major axis and minor axis, but even if they are not told, let us discuss something. Is it possible to fit a rectangle like this where all four corners on this? It is not possible. Let us see why. If I take a chord, where else I can get parallel to that but same length? Same distance this side, it can be here, because if you take anything in between, the length of the chord increases, right? Okay. If
Yes,
you want, if I take these four and join like this, okay, if these two are parallel, maybe it is possible to prove. I think these two are also parallel. I may be able to prove it. It will be a parallelogram, but I don't think this angle will be 90. Okay. So we can take some points and prove it that if you want to put a rectangle, the sides have to be parallel to major and minor axis. I'm not writing any proof of that, but we should be able to understand that maybe. Okay, now among all the rectangles, one rectangle is like this, very thin and long. You can get a rectangle like this. You can get a rectangle like this. Okay, you can even get a rectangle like this. This is thin and long like this. This is broad like this. Okay, so when it becomes very thin, area will be 0. When it is very long, area will be 0. So what should be the dimensions so that the area will be maximum? Okay. So let us take this rectangle, take one corner as A cos theta comma B sin theta. Because they're parallel to major and minor axis, so obviously this point is A cos theta comma minus B sin theta. This point is minus a cos theta comma b sin theta. This point is minus a cos theta comma minus b sin theta. So this length is 2a cos theta, this height is 2b sin theta. So area is equal to 2a cos theta into 2b sin theta. You take AB common and 2 common, you will get 2 cos theta sin theta, which is 2AB into sin 2 theta. I don't think I have to use, sorry, it's not visible, okay. 2AB is equal to 2 sin theta. I don't think I have to use any calculus to find the maximum value. What is the maximum value of sin 2 theta?
1.
1. And that will happen when theta is?
I by 4.
I by 4.
Yeah, 2AB sin 2 theta. Sin of something maximum is 1. So sin 2 theta maximum value is 1 means that will happen when 2 theta is 90 degrees. Okay. So area is maximum when 2 theta is 90 degrees, which implies theta is 45 degrees. At that time, what is the side length? 2a cos theta, this one. So that is 2a cos 45 degrees, which is a root 2. And another side length or width or whatever you want to call it is 2b sin theta. 2b sin 45 degrees, which will be b root 2. So one is a root 2, one is b root 2. Harshita, board is clear to you, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any doubt about 57? Simply take end of lattice rectum s1 comma ae comma b square by a and do s1 equal to 0. You get equation of 10. Any doubt about 58? For a line to be tangent, you can use y equal to mx plus c where c square equal to a square m square plus b square, or you can use lx plus my plus n where n square equal to a square l square plus b square m square. Okay, 59 or 60. Anybody any doubt? How will we know whether a point is on the ellipse or inside the ellipse or outside the ellipse?
Sir, we will compare S11, sir. If it is negative, then it is inside the ellipse.
Yes.
On the ellipse, then S11 equal to 0.
Yes.
Outside the ellipse, then S11 greater than 0.
Yes, correct. In 60th question, I want this point is outside the ellipse. Passing through them, there are two tangents. Can anybody would like to tell me what are the equations of those tangents?
Sir, y equal to mx plus or minus 9. No, one
Square
minute.
plus
9m square root over 9m square plus 4.
Y is equal, x is equal to 3 and y is equal to 2.
Yeah.
Yes,
I-
sir.
you-
X equals 3 and y equals 2.
Yeah. Somebody is telling in terms of m, but the point is fixed
Yes,
outside
sir,
point. So you should not tell in. I'm not asking general tangent. Tangent passing through given point. It is very easy here. You know why? That some people told answer very quickly. That is because if it is any other point, it would have taken time. But what if this point is straight above this and straight horizontally this? This is the 3, 2. Okay. It is that vertical tangent. Sorry. Okay, anyway. This is your ellipse. You draw vertical tangent at the rightmost point, horizontal tangent at the topmost point. Where they intersect, that is only 3, 2. So this line equation is x equal to 3 and this horizontal line equation is y equal to 2. Anyway. Okay. Tomorrow I'll discuss. You would have tried up to 70, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So by tomorrow you can try up to 85. Okay, tomorrow I'll spend more time on discussing doubts. Okay, so try to do up to 85. Some questions may be little lengthy or looks complicated, but not difficult. Okay, we'll just carry on. Yesterday I asked one question. Anybody thought about it? Okay, if I get time, I wanted to do this. What it is, you take a piece of paper in the form of a circle. Take a piece of paper in the form of a circle. Except center, any other point you put a mark there. Not center, but any other point you put a mark there. And on the edge of the circle, you can mark many points. Okay. Now, what you do is, you take this piece of paper, fold it such a way that this point will come here. Okay. If I have a piece of paper, I would have showed you, but it's okay. You have to fold this paper such that this point will come here. Then you will get a crease like this. Am I right? Yeah. Fold this paper such a way that this point will come to this fixed point. This point will come here. Then you will get some crease like this, right? And let us say this point should come here. When I fold, you will get a crease like this. Or let's say this point should come here. You will get a crease like this. This point should come here. Crease like this. This point should come here. Get a crease like this. Okay, so you try to fold so that different points try to come here. You'll get creases. If you carefully observe, the more number of creases that you get, okay, they all will be trying to touch one ellipse. Okay, you will see like an ellipse. Instead of seeing ellipse, you will see a lot of creases, lines like this. And if you see carefully, they are enclosing a curve. All right. So why are we getting ellipse there? We'll discuss that. I was reading some old book, okay, more than 150 years old, okay. And that book they mentioned this method of constructing an ellipse by paper folding. That's the topic.
Sir, how do you fold that paper, sir?
You have to fold the paper such as that every time some fixed point on the perimeter will come here. Okay, different points on the perimeter should come here.
Sir, then how we will get lines, sir?
Oh, when you fold, now you have to press it, make it flat, then you will get a crease.
Yes, sir.
Fold it such a way that it's perfectly flat, not like curve. Okay. All right. Okay, yesterday at the last I was asking you this. If you take an ellipse, take two foci, take any other tangent. Find image of this one focus with respect to that, you'll get 1 point here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Take some other tangent, find image of this with respect to this. and take some other tangent image of that with respect to this. Okay, I said locus of all these images is a circle with this as the center. That's what I said yesterday, right? Okay, anybody want to comment? Why this distance, this distance, this distance all are same? If this is S, this may be S1, this may be S2, this may be S3, this is F dash. But all the, yes please. Yes, Satyanarayana, you are telling something? All right. Yesterday, the last reflection property, what did you discuss is this, that you take the two foci, take any point on the ellipse, take this one and take this one. When you draw normal here, that will bisect, these two angles are equal. And when you draw tangent here, okay, put that properly, but it's okay. These two angles should be equal. And tangent and normal are perpendicular. This is the angular bisector, this is another angle. That's why when you send a letter, it will go like this, right? Now see carefully. If these two angles are equal, when I find mirror image of this, it should lie on that line only, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because these two angles are equal, when I find mirror image of this, with respect to this, it should lie on this. Okay. So if I call this is S and this is S1 and this is S dash, okay. Not only image lying on this line extended, this length is the same as this length.
Yes, sir.
Because these angles are equal. This triangle and this triangle are congruent. This is 90, this is 90. They're image of each other. This length and this length are equal. This is 90, this is 90. We already know these two angles are equal, right? So this length and this length should be same. But this plus this is how much?
2A.
2A. Can I say this plus this is 2A now? So yes.
sir.
So distance between S dash and S1, wherever it is always 2A. For example, if somebody takes some other tangent, let me draw the figure, another figure. This is S dash and this is S, and draw some tangent here. And we know it will bisect this angle, that is these two angles are equal. So when you find mirror image, it has to lie on this, okay, because these two angles are equal. This is 90, 90, these two lengths are equal, these two are congruent triangles. So this length and this length, that means even if I don't take congruent, if I just take 90, it is possible to prove that this length and these two are congruent and then these two are equal, so it should lie on this. And this length is same as this. Again, this plus this is 2A, this is equal to this, so this plus this is 2A and it's a line. So this is S2, image of S with respect to some other tangent, again it is 2A. So when you find image of one focus with respect to different tangents, you may get different points, but from S dash they are always at a distance 2A. That way the locus of this point is a circle with this as the center and 2A is the radius. And if you take image of S dash with respect to this tangent, what the locus of that point will be?
Again a circle.
A circle with this focus as the center and the radius is 2A. Okay, so obviously if you draw properly, it should lie on this. Okay, because this is same as this plus this is 2A, this plus this is 2A. Okay. Now you can even understand that paper folding thing, why it came is based on this. Let us see why. You take an ellipse, take the two foci, draw one tangent, find mirror image. Okay. For this point and this point, this is a perpendicular bisector or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in the paper that I'm talking about, this is the fixed point that you marked on the paper. This is one point on the edge of the paper. When you are folding these two here, okay, you are getting this crease. Okay, let us you take another tangent, find mirror image, okay, with respect to that one. Again, not only this is 2a, even this is also 2n. Okay. All right. Again, you can see when you fold this to here, this is the crease that you are getting. All right. Right. So basically what happens is, for the circle, there is a center and this marked point. These are the two foci of the ellipse. The center of the circle and the marked point. These are the two foci of the ellipse, which formed by when you fold this to here, that crease. When you fold this to here, that crease. When you fold this to here, that crease. When you fold this to here, some crease, some crease, some crease, like this. We'll get an ellipse. For them, these 2 points are the foci. Is it clear? So we'll write some notes. This is just a continuation, a reflection property that we studied. Okay, yesterday, what is the last point? Point number 3.
4. Point is 3.
Point number 3.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I have to discuss point number 4. Okay. And what is today's date?
13.
13. Okay, 13/7/2021. Point number 4. So I have to draw the figure first properly. These are the two foci. Take any point, extend this, extend this. The tangent should bisect this angle, and the normal bisect this angle. And image of this you draw here. Image of this is S, this is S dash, this is S1, this is S1 dash. This is some P. Okay. S1 is image of S with respect to tangent. But I can also find with respect to normal also. Then also it should lie. Okay. But that will lie on this now. Let us subtract. Okay, fine. S1 is image of S with respect to tangent, and S1 dash is image of S dash with respect to tangent. Now, PS is obviously same as, you can write here, PS is equal to PS1. And S dash PS1 are collinear. Okay. Similarly, for this, you can write implies PS dash is equal to PS1 dash and S dash SPS1 dash are collinear. SPS1 dash. This is S dash PS1. Okay. Or collinear. And S dash S1 is S dash P plus PS1. S dash P plus, in the place of PS1, I can write PS, and that is 2A, we know. So based on this, locus of S1 is a circle with S dash as center and 2A as the radius. We cannot see that. Okay, I'll try to write in the visual portion. Okay, right there, let me write S1 dash is SP plus PS1 dash. That is PS1 dash is same as PS dash, which is 2A. Okay, I'm erasing the figure. Okay, so based on these two, locus of S1 is a circle with S as center and 2A as radius. Similarly, locus of S1 dash is a circle with S as, no, this is S dash. Locus of S1 dash is a circle with S as center and 2A as radius. Okay, so both combined in general for any ellipse, I can say this. Locus of image of a focus of ellipse with respect to any tangent is a circle with other focus as center. Other focus as center. And length of major axis radius. Okay, both these combined as one statement, we can say this. Locus of image of a focus of ellipse with respect to any tangent is a circle with other focus as center and length of major axis radius. Okay, everybody clear? So can I erase this or anybody still copying? Anvik, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Next property before explaining, that means before writing the sentence, I'll explain and let us see if somebody can tell me the proof. You take any tangent to ellipse. Okay. Take the two foci. Find foot of this foci on the ellipse. Foot of this foci on the ellipse. Locus of this foot and this foot both are same. And you know what is that? From the center, always this distance is A and this distance is A. Okay. So the locus of that point is x square plus y square equal to a square, the auxiliary circle. Take any tangent, find foot of this focus on the tangent, find foot of this focus on the tangent. Both of them from origin will be at a distance A only every time. even if you rotate the tangent. So the locus of both the points is one circle, which is x square plus y equal to a square. Anybody want to give some idea about proof of this? Foot of focus, locus of foot of focus on any tangent is auxiliary circle. There are two ways to prove this. One is by coordinate geometry, we are going to do it. It's independent of all other things. Let us see in the previous concept, though just now whatever point we discussed, based on that, can we tell about this? Normally we prove by coordinate geometry, but one time when I'm discussing the previous point, suddenly I got an idea. This is a very simple what do you call follow-up of the previous point. Okay, you take the ellipse, take the two foci, take any point and extend this and extend this. Tangent is like this, normal is like this. This image is here and image of this is here. And this plus this is same as this is 2a, this is 2a we studied, right? Now see what happens. This angle is 90 because we are finding image, right? The midpoint of the two foci, that is only center, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now I have to find foot of that, this one, somewhere here. And now I have to prove this length is a, right? And even this length is a. Anyway, this is 90. This is nice, fine, no problem. I'll join this side. Okay, and this is the center midpoint. That is, these two lengths are equal. And what is, I have to find locus of this point, right? Yeah. I have to prove this length is a. It's very, very easy. You know why? Look at this triangle. Is this midpoint of this side?
So midpoint is.
And is this midpoint of this side?
Yes.
That means this will it be parallel to this?
That's the half of this.
And this will be off of this also, right? Okay,
Yes.
so this is 2a, just now we discussed, right?
Yes.
So this is a. If somebody want to prove this is a, this is midpoint of this side, this is midpoint of this side, so this is parallel to this and this is off of this and that is 2a, so this is also 2. So this is 2a, so this is a, this is 2a, this is a. That's it. Done, right? Very simple, just like this. In IP we have this question, but we don't do this way. I'll tell you some other way.
Oh.
Okay. So I should draw another figure. I'll draw this figure and write proof, but I have to write the statement. Yes, please.
Then how did we prove that it forms a circle?
Oh, that means any tangent you take, this is always a. If distance between 2 points is a and one is fixed point, one is a variable point, what is the locus of that point?
Circle.
A circle with this as the center, radius a, right? So S and S dash, this is S1 and this is S1 dash. Let us call this as some M and this is some M dash. Okay. What's the point? This is fifth point. Okay, you have to simply write one statement that locus of foot of focus, okay, on any tangent is auxiliary circle. Okay, I will discuss two proofs. Method 1. You can say C is midpoint of SS dash. M is midpoint of SS1. So CM is parallel to S dash S1 and CM is equal to half of S dash S1, which is half of 2A, which is equal to A. So CM is equal to A means so locus of M is a circle with C as the center and radius C. Oh, I should watch out what I'm writing. Should be visible. Okay. Locus of foot of focus on any tangent is auxiliary circle. This is the figure that you can draw. And I even explained. C is midpoint of SS dash, M is midpoint of SS1. So CM is parallel to S dash S1 and half of that, and this is 2A. So this is a fixed point, this is a variable point, this is A. So locus of that is a circle. Okay, after that you can even write some more thing about the other one. What is that? CM dash is half of SS1 dash, which is half of 2A, which is E. So locus of M dash is x square plus y square equal to a square. Okay. So you wrote the original statement, locus of foot of focus on any tangent is auxiliary circle. Write all this and this also. This whole thing is method 1. I'll discuss method 2 also. Method 2, I'll just do by the standard locus, how you do in this coordinate geometry, either in parabola, circle or ellipse. To do the same process.